Hey folks, it's Rob from Rob's Movie Collection, and I've got a haul for you. It's mostly from June, with a little bit of July tacked in there because I did go to the Criterion sale. But most of the stuff that I bought in June. I was going to wait until my last video, my director's tag, got to 100 views before I made this, but that's going slow as molasses. Jeez, it's good. Just blow my brains out, why don't I? But so I figured I would just get started on this one. So let's go. Now, since this was from June, about this stuff like a month and a half ago, so I can't always remember exactly where I got stuff. I'll try to do my best, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, so first up we got the Omega Man. I believe this is all from Book Off, this first part. Omega Man starring Charlton Heston, and this was the second version of Richard Matheson's The Last Man on Earth. How the West Was Won, 3-disc special edition, which cost me like $5, so it's in pretty good condition. But a huge cast from the time that I actually am familiar with these actors, unlike a huge cast from today. I have no idea who anybody is. Next up we got, double disc of The Absent-Minded Professor and Son of Flubber. I love these movies, this Disney films with Fred MacMurray, and really good special effects that hold up, in my opinion, even till today. And next up we got The Black Swan, yes, with Tyrone Power and Maureen O'Hara. Look how beautiful she is. Great swashbuckler, because he was a great swashbuckler, and I love my swashbuckling movies, for sure. And coming up, we got Sahara. Now, I came across Sahara on TV. I was watching some of it. I really liked it. It's a Humphrey Bogart war film. And then not long after at Book Off, I came across it there. I'm like, yeah, Karma. Karma, is that Karma? No, it's not Karma. The Blues Brothers. I actually never have seen the Blues Brothers from beginning to end. I've seen parts of it here and there. But I'm not a huge Belushi fan, but I do like Dan Aykroyd. I'm not a big fan of the type of music either, but it's got some really good, funny moments in it, so I figured I'd finally add it to the collection. Down Argentine Way. This is a musical. I'm not familiar with it. I haven't seen it, but I like musicals, and I think it's more in the line of Busby Berkeley type of musical before MGM movies kind of musical started around. Maybe it even is a Busby Berkeley film. I'm not sure, but with Don Amici, I believe that was. The Black Orchid, I'm not actually familiar with this one, but I read the back of it, and it seemed interesting, and Sophia Loren and Anthony Quinn, I mean, geez, you can't get better than that when it comes to stars and actors, so I gave it a try. George Lucas in Love, this is a short film that was made, a fictionalized version of how George Lucas came up with the characters and the concepts for Star Wars. It's actually very funny. It's got a lot of good special features on there. So it's only about 10 or 15 minutes long anyway, but it's really good. And, the Pirate movie. Well, the Pirate movie was a silly, terrible movie starring the guy from Blue Lagoon and Christy McNichol, who's just so cute. And it was kind of their answer to the Pirates of Penzance. And I think they couldn't make that for some reason, so they made this. And it's kind of silly, so I just thought I'd get it. Dolly Sisters, again, I'm not familiar with them, but great cast, and it's one of those old-time musicals, and looks like it was put out by the same one as the other one, so I'd get that. Next up we got Born Yesterday. Now, Born Yesterday, of course, with Julie Holliday. She might have even, I don't know if got an Academy Award nomination or actually won an Academy Award for the performance. I think she plays as a mobster's girlfriend, but she got that high-pitched voice and the dumb blonde, and she's really good. Heartbreak Ridge, I'm trying to add to my Clint Eastwood collection, and I didn't have this one. I've recently been watching clips on YouTube, so I thought I'd get it. That's what YouTube is great for that. Gives you an idea of a film and whether you want to get it or not. And Summer Stock. I can't believe I didn't have Summer Stock. I just kept thinking I had Summer Stock all this time, but a great musical with Gene Kelly and Judy Garland. This is the one where she performs that song, Get Happy. She's got the outfit there. It's a great musical. I love this one. And Murder on the Orient Express. This is the one with from the 70s, I believe, or 80s. Probably the 70s, with Albert Finney, and a lot of special features. All these actors I actually know. Again, I prefer it even to the Branagh one. Bachelor Party, one of Tom Hanks' early efforts. Not the most dramatic role, but this was his start into the movies. Actually, Tawny Kitaen had recently passed when I spotted this, and I thought, yeah, I don't have this one, and she's in there playing the fiance, so I thought I'd get it. The Private Navy of Sergeant O'Farrell. This is a Bob Hope movie. I love Bob Hope. This is one of his later efforts. Not as funny as these other ones, and he was a little long in the tooth to play this guy who was so much into beer and stuff. But Phyllis Diller is in there, and he and her just made a great team. So I think they made 2 films together. Buster Keaton. I got this one for the General because I already have Steamboat Bill, but I'm trying to get more in my Buster Keaton collection. So I don't know how great the quality will be in this one, but it's a good placeholder for when Criterion eventually comes out with the General, I suppose. The Razor's Edge. This is a drama with Tyrone Power. I remember they actually made not a sequel, but they remade this movie in the 70s or 80s with Bill Murray of all people when he was trying to be dramatic, So yeah, but it's a good story. And The Four Feathers. This is the Heath Ledger version. The adventure film. I actually would like to get the original. There's another version, earlier version that is out there. I forget who's in it, but yeah, I'd like to get that one. But I've seen this one. It's pretty good. And he's pretty good in it too. So. And next up, we've got Master and Commander. Now, I've already got Master and Commander, but I came across this special edition, collector's edition. It's really thick. It's got a lot of discs, maybe 3 discs. It's got a lot of special features, which I'm all about the special features. Look at all that. I love it when they fold out like that. So I thought I'd get this. It's not even my favorite film of his, a Russell Crowe film, but it's an epic film. And it's really good. So next up, same thing, Magnificent Seven. I already have the Magnificent Seven, but this is a collector's edition. This one wasn't even unwrapped, like $5. So I thought, yeah, sure. That's one of those films that, yeah, I can get multiple versions of it. Look at all the special features on there. This is one of those iconic classic films, classic Western. I can't say no to that when it's unwrapped for $5, or wrapped for $5. This, I believe, is from Walmart. Dragonheart. There's a bunch of these Dragonheart films. The first one is the best one, and the other ones are kind of okay, but when you find them at Walmart for like $3 or something, it's like, well, I can afford to get that one just to have them all. And BOGART, I don't know if this is Walmart. This might be Barnes & Noble. This is with Gary Cooper, classic version of BOGART. Some special features there and stuff. So, yeah, pretty good one. There's several versions of this movie, including a comedy one with Marty Feldman that I still have to get. This is from my library's bookstore. They finally had a book sale after a year and a half, and I came across these Charlie Chaplin films. I don't know that this is going to be the best quality DVD, but we'll see. It's a bunch of his shorts, I believe. And I also got this one, 7 Days in May. I remember this from when I was a kid. I don't fully remember the entire story, but I think this, this might be one of those like fail-safe black and white type movies, but a lot of suspense. So I'll have to check that out, a nuclear war type thing. And Godzilla, I've got Godzilla's Revenge. I certainly got it in the Criterion, and but I just like to collect different versions of it. I'm not sure if I even have this version or not. I know I have a bunch of these, but I'm not sure if I have this version. In fact, I think I might have a better version, but I thought, what the hell, for 50 cents that I paid for it, I'll just add it. And The Heartbreak Kid, I recently found out that this was a remake. I didn't even know that there's an original one, which apparently is much better than this one. I can believe that, given the way they make movies these days, so I'll have to check that one out. And Pal Joey, this is another one that I came across on TV, and I just started watching, and I always come across them like when they're already almost finishing. But yeah, this is pretty good. I enjoyed what I saw, so I figured I'll pick it up. And let's see, I think this next one is from, these are Amazon ones. I've been trying to collect the Peter Sellers movies. This is the Bobo. This is one I remember seeing when I was a kid. And he plays this matador that ends up, why he ends up blue, you have to watch why he ends up blue. But yeah, I wanted to get a bunch of his films that are beyond the Pink Panther movies. This is The Party. I don't care what people are all like politically correct because, you know, he plays an Indian guy and like, oh, that's terrible. And I said, screw you. It's just acting. Give me a break. Not trying to offend anybody. And he's freaking Peter Sellers, so that's fine by me. And talk about politically incorrect. The finished plot of Dr. Fu Manchu. Not his best movie. It's one of his older movies, but it's still kind of funny because it's Peter Sellers, and he, you know, this is, if there's one that they're gonna definitely pick on, that's gonna be it. The Mouse That Roared. This is a great one. This is about this little country that attacks the United States to purposely lose, and it's just really funny. He plays several roles in it, of course. This stuff is from Amazon, so I finally got Tucker. This is a Francis Ford Coppola film. This is produced by George Lucas, just so you know. He does more than Star Wars, and it was very well received, this movie, so I've always wanted to check it out. This Jeff Bridges. I got Supergirl on Blu-ray. I have Supergirl on DVD, but of course I got it on Blu-ray because of the special features. And there's a bunch of special features. I've always loved this film. Hey, you know what? I don't care what anyone says. I like this movie, and I like her portrayal. Helen Slater's portrayal, especially, is really good. And this double feature of these Japanese sci-fi films, Battle in Outer Space and The H-Man. I've always heard of them, but I never got the chance to see them. I'd like to collect more Japanese sci-fi films beyond the Godzilla films and all that. So I'd like to check out some other one, so that's that. And the final season of Modern Family. Modern Family is one of my favorite shows, and yeah, I thought I didn't realize I didn't have it. I wasn't thrilled about the whole Andy Haley thing, but well, whatever. I'm not going to go into that. So next up we got Earth Girls Are Easy. Yeah, I love this film with Gina Davis and Jeff Goldblum and early Damon Wayans and Jim Carrey. It's weird, but it's funny. And if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And The Quiet Man. Yes, one of my favorite John Wayne, John Ford, Maureen O'Hara collaborations. This is again, I've got it, but found this special edition and all these special features, and just a great film. And this is one of the ones that it was in my director's tag. And if you haven't seen that, please watch it. John Wayne, The Searcher. Speaking of Ford and Wayne, this is again, I found this special edition, collector's edition, and it's got a lot to it. I mean, look how it's another thick one like that, and just great. And look at all that it has. It's just another one of those fold-out ones. This is still wrapped, so if you want me to unbox it and open it up, let me know. I won't do it unless you guys really want it. But yeah, this is really great. I still haven't unwrapped it. So, and some more from Amazon that I got recently. Undercover Blues. I thought I had this, but this is just a hilarious film. It's very fun. It's one of those little films that wasn't a success, but is just hilarious. And it's got a great cast with Dennis Quaid, Kathleen Turner, and the very first time I ever saw Stanley Tucci, and just hilarious as Muerte. The Adventures of Superboy. This is the third season. I like this show. I remember this little show. It was this dorky little show. It was like half an hour long. It was by the producers of the original Superman films. It's got the famous Roads Not Taken episodes, which became famous within the Superman community. But I liked it, and I'd like to have it. So, The Last Dinosaur. This is his weird film from the 70s, starring Richard Boone. And I remember when it was first advertised, oh God, I was just desperate to see it, and it finally came on, and I loved it. And it's got special effects done by some of the guys that did the Godzilla film. So the T-Rex is actually, and the other dinosaurs are actually Suitmation dinosaurs. But actual like dinosaurs, not like kaiju, like Godzilla or so. And Legends of Superheroes. This is this TV movie that they made with Adam West, Batman, and all these other superheroes that we hadn't seen before. It was the Justice League, and done pretty badly, but hilarious. And we'd never seen some of these characters in live action, but for some reason they didn't have Superman and Wonder Woman, but they had like the Flash and Hawkman and Green Lantern, and just like no budget, so it was hilarious. So figured I'd pick it up. And here's another Peter Sellers one, After the Fox. This one I was watching recently as well, and I hadn't seen it, but co-stars Victor Mature, and yeah, it looked pretty good. And so yeah, I've got a nice little. I've got enough of a Peter Sellers now movies that I can make its own little subcategory now. So that's good. That's exciting. Let's see. Now, this stuff is Criterion's. You probably recognize it. I got this Charlie Chaplin one. I thought I had this because I had collected all the Charlie Chaplin ones, but I guess I hadn't come across it. I hadn't bought it. So, thought I'd get it. I'm not sure if this is all the Criterion Chaplins now, but certainly got a lot of them. And The Elephant Man, which unfortunately I couldn't find on DVD, so I had to get it on Blu-ray. Because to me the Criterion DVDs are the same. They have the same features and all, and if I get them, I can get more because they're cheaper. But yeah, I finally got this one. I enjoy this film. It's very well done. And this one, I'm not even familiar with them, but Wages of Fear. I was reading the back, and it's about these guys that are like transporting dynamite or nitroglycerin or something, and it sounded like that 70s movie Sorcerer. So I was wondering if maybe this was the original and Sorcerer was a remake of it. That's probably the case. But nice little addition to my foreign film section, because I think it's French or something. And Michael Cimino's Heaven's Gate. This is considered one of the biggest bombs in movie history. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad film, because the two don't go together, not exclusive. It was just one of those big budget films that they put a lot of money into, and that just couldn't make its money back, and that sometimes makes it a bomb. That doesn't mean that story-wise it was back. But look, it's like 216 minutes or something. It's pretty long. So it's a lot to watch. I needed an intermission. But I've never actually seen it, so I thought I'd check it out. Young Mr. Lincoln, adding to my John Ford collection. I want to get more John Ford films. There's so many of his that I haven't seen. Many I haven't even heard of. But this is one with Henry Fonda, I believe, so it's not a Wayne collaboration. But I thought I'd check that out. And A Matter of Life and Death, haven't seen this, didn't really know about it, but I was reading the back and David Niven's in it, and it seemed interesting, and I like David Niven. I haven't seen enough of David Niven's films. So that's the great thing about movies. You just, I'm at that point in life where I just don't like any of the new stuff, so now I can start going back and exploring the old stuff. Speaking of which, bringing up Baby, this is the one that everybody was looking for this year. Every year there's one that everyone looks for. Last year was War of the Worlds. This year it's Bringing Up Baby, and I was able to find it. And this is one of Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn's best films. And The Leopard also. So, and then finally I got this, the Monster Collection. This is a documentary, or two documentaries actually, the Frankenstein Complex and this Phil Tippett documentary. The Frankenstein Complex is about these special effects guys, these guys that worked in the 70s and 80s that did all these films that people my age remember from the 70s and 80s, and Star Wars and Trek and E.T. and Raiders, just all of them. And Phil Tippett was one of the guys too, and you'd recognize him if you see him. But it's got this great artwork here. It opens up with more artwork. It's got like 3 hours, something like 12 hours of, not 3 hours, 12 hours of like special features. It's got a lot to it. So it looks great. The only thing I don't like about it is this case that it comes. It's not really a case. It's this cardboard thing where you can see the damage that it came with on the corner there. It's just, that's really annoying. I'm probably just going to put them in individual cases anyway, the way I did with the Criterion Godzilla collection, and then just keep this cover because the artwork is really cool. So yeah, that's it. That's the latest haul, and definitely tapped off with this one. Very geeky fight. So take it easy.